more than they want it for themselves. They need to want it 51%. Okay, in the last event I had a mom, and she said, oh, I want you to work on my daughter. And I said, where's your daughter? And then she's like, her. And I'm like, she's a full-grown adult. She can come and ask herself. You know, we can't go and work on somebody that is not willing to give up or make them sick. Okay? Because when we're working on trauma, it comes off.
Yani şifa içimizde arkadaşlar. Kendimiz şifalanmaya niyet etmedikten sonra bir başkasına, bu evladın da olsa, biraz uzatamıyorsun. Öncelikle kişinin kendisinin buna hazır olması ve istiyor olması gerekiyor. 28 günlük başa çalışması yaptıktan sonra vücudundaki değişiklikleri anlatıyor. Duruşunun tamamen dikleştiğini, nefes alışverişinin daha böyle içini, ciğerlerini, vücudunu doldururcasına olduğunu anlatıyor. Burada Caroline besledikleri köpekten bahsediyor. Neyin zehir olduğunu, neyin vücudu için gerçekten ilaç olduğunu, neyin bir besin kaynağı olduğunu, köpeğin kendi kendine sisteminde zaten kayıtlı olduğunu biliyor. Vücudunda bunu hissediyor. Dolayısıyla beyniyle vücudunun connection halinde olduğunu aktarıyor. Yani sen vücudunu dinlediğin sürece bu sana gerçekten faydalı mı değil mi? Bunu o biliyor. İçtiğimiz su, yediğimiz yiyecekler, bunların hepsi bizim duygusal ve vücudumuzla ilgili doğru olan noktaya bizi getiriyor. Stresin vücudumuza etkilerini azaltıyor. İçinde bulunduğumuz, yaşadığımız o çıkmaz sandığımız duygu durumlarından bizi serbest bırakıyor. Ve anda kalmamıza biraz daha yardımcı oluyor. Birazdan geriler sahneye çıkacaklar. Şu anda bekliyorlar kuliste. Sanırım şu an %80, %90 burada katılımcıların. Saat 3'e kadar devam edecek. Zaten 3 partide. Event'i tamamlayacağız. Şu anda ısınma aşamaları. I love myself. Kendini sevmenin önemi. Ondan bahsediyor. Evet, frekansınızı yükseltmek için müzik de o kadar önemli. Bunu da atlamıyoruz. Duyguların, melodilerin nasıl etkilendiğini, müzikle, enerjiyle nasıl o anda vücudunu etkilediğini hissettiriyor. Buradaki enerjiyi hissetmenizi isterdim çok.
from the shadows. Come out and play the sight. Nothing to lose, it's time to move into the light. Together, united, deny it, we'll find it, no hiding anymore. A story, we write it, we'll lose it, we can't keep quiet anymore. 'Cause together we will rise. It's a noisy garage. Now we're fighting for the lives of our sons and daughters. It's the one we're gonna lose if we define ourselves apart. It's time to rip the veil that covers everything. The talking heads that wanna make us blind. And when we show we will rise. Together we will rise. Together we will rise. Get waiting on them. It's our time, yeah, 'cause it's our time. Thank you guys so much.
Evet, benim favori adamlarımdan bir tanesi Jules. Günlük ara hareketleri gösteriyor. Instagram hesabını paylaşırım. Eklerim. Siz de takibe alın.
You guys close now, bring your hands onto the sides of the ribs, okay? Exhale. One more down. All right. So now we're gonna do 7 rounds, 6, and the other way. 1, 2, and really feel. 3, 4.
Conscious awareness,
Uzağa
stand
çıktı
our
şimdi
focus,
sahneye.
and we're doing
Karolina
that
Işığı,
with
ilk konuşmayı yapan
and we're going to be completely open to
Earth
receive
of Ra.
what they have in store for
Ra'nın
us.
da
And so
Instagram
when
hesabına eklemiş
we're
oluyorum.
doing what we're about to do,
Açıklamalar
I
kısmına.
would encourage you guys to really be open to your imagination.
Bunlar da evet.
And for me, imagination is
Favori
a real
adamlarımdan bir
thing.
tanesi de Ra.
We associate imagination with fake, but it's the imagination. Right? Like this is
Hepsi
actually
çok değerli tabii de.
something that we're creating. Okay, and so right now, if we just close our eyes and maybe our imagination, what is actually real, if we just imagine the
Gözlerinizi
space that
kapatın ve
random
hayal
people
etmeye
around
başlayın
us,
diyor.
right? We can't.
That's the real guys. Here we go.
There are over 30 million people now practicing around the world, gaining 1.5 million a month. They get stressed out on Instagram, but you guys. So let's sync up, because the most important part is to have us all unified. So take your right foot, put it over your left. Right arm under. you're having a reaction to the food that you're eating, or you're having a reaction when your body's not cooperating. Let's work on it. That's how the conversation should be. And if you allow yourself to be diagnosed, you're allowing yourself you're conscripting yourself to all the labels and beliefs of that diagnosis. And from somebody who's practiced, there is no diagnosis that tells it all. It does not exist. So it's unethical to diagnose. And that's the whole boundary of our care system. People are waiting. You know, like what I watch is they'll have a disease going on, and then they'll get a diagnosis. They come to me in the clinic, they're like, I just got diagnosed, I have stage 4 XXX, and I've got 6 months to live. And their first reaction is relief. Why? That is the weirdest thing to have. And we have millions of people around the world, tens of thousands reporting diseases being removed, coming out of it. Just watch our social media, watch our media. Autoimmunes cure themselves because we don't cure anything. There's not a practitioner on the planet that can cure you. The body cures itself, and if you say that you cure the body, you're taking away the natural, God-given ability of the body to heal itself. Nobody stands between you and your healing. And furthermore, if you need to heal, you'll never heal. I've watched this for a long time. I was in that cycle. People that are trying to heal never heal. People who want to perform in their life, healing is just one step of the journey. It's time to forget about healing and trauma and just perform in our lives, because when we perform, trauma and healing is a byproduct. It's time for you to take charge of your own performance, your own life. You hear me? Who here has been in pain for a number of years? When you're in pain, you feel alone. And one of the most powerful things, and I'll tell a story, so I want you to sit down. The US government detained me for not giving encryption codes, and they accused me of being abducted. Because I would turn over my encryption codes on the servers. They wanted my codes. They wanted to know what I was protected. Legally, but. And they put me in maximum security, and I was held in Santa Ana prison. And I was held there for 17 months in solitary confinement before they talked to me. And in that period of time, I want to tell you how faith kicks in. I had already been on a 20-year healing journey and it wasn't working. I was now in the most pain that I've ever been in my life. In a 6x10 cell, sleeping on concrete with a little piece. It's inhumane. It's not healing, it's punitive. And I was in a level 10 or 11, 10 pain, and if I could have ended my life, I would have ended my life 20 times over, but they took away the tools to do it, because I tried. And during that time, I learned something very important about pain and about how our bodies work. Because in that great amount of pain, my body did something natural. So I'm going to show you how I navigated. Even over the years when the FDA and the banks started shutting us down in 2019, the clinics took our money, the FDA came in, and medical board, the state came in carrying guns in the clinic. At that time, I had to work through all of those emotions. And it freaked me out. I mean, I knew I was going to survive. usually that's fear, because they're coming at you. And a neurologist who became a chiropractor and was in for insurance fraud, he was going to get killed. But they had nowhere to put him. So they put him in with me for 14 months, and that's where I learned medicine. 10 months later, I was up there with the negotiation. One of them was to never use a BlackBerry again. But I keep my mouth shut. They keep their mouth shut. We part ways. That was the agreement. And here I am, 15 years later, living up to my word. What I learned was interesting because mentally, what happened was the first level of restriction for me was bars, chains, showered with armed guns at me, like taking a shower with guns pointing at me. That's the first one. And then on the way out, in my negotiation process, they put me in a camp, which was completely the opposite. And they no longer was it a bar restricting me, but there was a sign that said, out of bounds. And I knew that I could walk across there and I could escape to Canada. And before they even knew. And what kept me there was this. I was now imprisoned by my own mind. That's when it hit me. We all live it. It took them putting me in a place before I realized that I'm the one that did that. And it wasn't about what I did in my life, it was about how I described my life. And each and every one of you have a prison of sorts. And it's the feeling of obligation, or I did something wrong, or it's when you don't want to wake up in the morning, or when you don't want to face somebody because you haven't said something. You know what I'm feeling? What I'm saying? Those are prisons. And what we've done is we've spent the last 5 years cleaning up our life, like literally saying everything. You know, we have values that we put up on our website, and those are the ones that we live. We live as a community. We don't have salaries. Everything that we own, we carry. I have one suitcase, and Jason's even lighter than me. I have more shirts than him, because I stink.
Because if I'm a computer, and you're a computer, well now I'm a computer programmer, and I understand how to work on yours. You might have a MacBook, and I'm in, what do they call it, Microsoft? What's that one? a Dell, I might have a Dell and you're a MacBook, but at the end of the day, they're very similar. And everybody always comes to me and they go, well, my situation is so unique and so different, and I need you to work on this one thing and fix the pain right here. And it's funny because 99% of the time I do the exact same things with everybody, and somehow I get this positive result. And so it's like we think that we try to distill it down to this one movement or this one area of the body, but if I treat the body as a whole, and I treat it as a computer, and I know if I push a few buttons, then I'm going to get a result. And that's what I want to get through today, as we're working with each other, is just to remember that it doesn't have to be so complex to help someone. And the confidence that you have will build over time the more you do it. And I want everybody here who's actually interested in sharing this to find a friend, find a stranger, find your client, whoever it might be, and just say, can I try something with you? I just learned it this weekend and I want to get better. And when you come at it with that approach, the person receiving is there to help you. But if you start and you're brand new at this, and you're like, I just learned this cool technique that's going to change this person's life, let me try it on you, then they're going to be looking at why it didn't.